Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Today I will discuss on a topic, a basic topic in English, okay? That is communication. So if you see communication, that becomes a basic problem with everyone. So how to communicate with the person? Okay? So I communicate with someone, but whatever I speak, they don't understand. So what my reader is? Okay, what is the barrier in their communication? Like this. Okay? So first of all, we should understand what is communication. So communication is nothing but that is understanding. Okay, understanding what the speaker is speaking. That is what communication. And what I speak, I should speak clearly. So communication is a process where the sender and the receiver are the main person there. So whatever the sender sends, speaking or writing, there are different kinds of communication, written communication and spoken communication. So whatever it is, so the sender, whatever they send, the receiver should understand. Only then you will have a feedback. That is, if you should understand, then you should repeat it. Okay, so we call it as a feedback. That is, if I question you for whatever I have discussed with you, you're supposed to answer. Only then the communication process is over. Okay, so the basic thing that all should understand when we communicate with the other person is that is, I should reach the other person. I should not be very forced or I should not talk with whatever I do. So if I am addressing a student, I should address to the level of their mindset. We should not talk too much where that will not reach them. Okay? So keep the audience in your mind when you communicate with someone. One is that. So what is communication?
Communication is a process, is a relationship between receiver and sender. Understanding.
Very good. So the next thing, what difficulty we always have and why we have so much barrier in communication, understanding communication is listening. So if you see the listening capacity of a human, so it is the biggest barrier. Yes. So listening is a process where it deals with psychological aspects also. So when I'm not able to concentrate, okay, I have a very poor concentration. I get distracted now and then. So in that case, I may not go with the person who is speaking, and there we have barrier of understanding. Okay, so if you just think about something in middle of a session, and if you try to continue with it, we may not. So there are so many barriers. So in that, I would like to first differentiate what is listening and what is hearing. So listening is a continuous process where we actively involve, we concentrate with the speaker who speaks and understand what he says. Whereas hearing is a process, so where it is whatever we like the sound that we get around us in the ambience, that is hearing. So when we are speaking, there might be persons crossing us. That will be the sound of the fan or the table or the mic or something, any movement or anything. So those are called as hearing. See, hearing does not need concentration because we just hear. We may not concentrate on what it was. But listening is an active process. We need much concentration and focus on it. Yes. So this is the basic difference between listening and hearing. So this is one of the major like aspects where when you are want to be a good communicator, you should also be a good listener. Okay. So the basic of learning any language, there are 4 skills, that is LSRW skill. So in that, listening skill is very, very important. Okay. So if you improve your listening skill, you can easily understand the language, understand the person what he speaks, and you can communicate with the person. Okay, so first thing is listening, and to develop listening, there are so many barriers. How you should come across those barriers is first commonly we face is physical barriers. That is what the sound I said. So somebody knocks the door, we get disturbed. Somebody walks around here and there, often we get disturbed and Another one is psychological barrier. Psychological barrier is we might feel asleep, or we might have so many distractions. I might be disturbed. I would have been going through some stress or something, or I don't like the speaker, or I don't like to talk like. So you cannot overcome it and listen. Yes, psychological barriers, right? So if I am not peaceful, will we be able to listen to someone listening? We have physical barrier and psychological barrier. Do you agree with me? Yes, even you go through this too. This is the basic barrier we have. Like this, you have 11 types of barriers in this. Let us discuss those barriers later. Yes. So I would like to just have a recall, summarize of the session. Can anybody summarize the difference between hearing and listening?
Listening means we should concentrate on someone who's speaking. Hearing is picture. I don't know if you hear some sounds like fans on the table, but not it keeps.
Yes, good. Can you tell me the types of listening? Barriers?
Psychological barrier and
Physical. Good. Can you give me one example for psychological barrier?
psychological barrier. Example, for example,
Being stressed
being stressed,
and
misconcentration.
yes, good. Okay. So this is what I just wanted to say. Basic of learning the language.